Good evening, everyone. My name is Jaquise Moore. I am the host of this lovely page, Learning with Jasmine. I have a daughter who has autism. For those who do not know, this is a Let's Chat. All Let's Chat are not about autism awareness, but the page is about autism awareness, okay? And this, well, last month and this month, we've been talking about community support. It's individuals who have been in the community before the pandemic, okay? And so I wanted to give them the showcase and for us to actually learn some things. We can take what we have heard and apply it to our own lives. We can help our own children. We're going to help our own community, and we can just give love to this crazy world that needs love. And so, a really good friend of mine, I want her to introduce herself and kind of talk about her profession. And you guys, this person right here has two programs, which is usually not the case. So I wanted her to kind of run down everything, and then we're gonna get started.
Well, first, I just again want to thank you for the opportunity to come on to your show and through your program to share some information and, like you said, share some love in this world that we live in, because we all need some love. And so, again, I just want to thank you to everyone who is watching and listening. Thank you for joining. My name is Anneka Goodman. And my profession and my passion and my purpose is I am an encourager. I have a job, but the job is a job. But my profession, my passion, and my purpose is I am an encourager and I am a servant. I love serving. As Jaquise mentioned, I have two programs. One is called Beyond the Bags, and one of the programs inside of that nonprofit is Purses with Purpose. And the other one is called Yes, I Am Affirmations. And both are very dear to me. Both are encouraging, both are uplifting, both are inspiring, and both I never saw coming until God said, I have an assignment for you. And there's someone in the world who needs this. And so that's really the foundation of the two programs.
Okay, so we're gonna get started because you guys, I'm super excited. Oh my goodness, like we've been waiting for this day. We have definitely been waiting for this day. So let's break down first one set of program that you would like to talk about first, and then versus the other program. What are you doing in the community?
In the community, definitely is Purses with Purpose. It is a purse and toiletry drive that kicks off October 1st and it runs until November 1st. And during this drive, I collect gently used purses and wallets, but as well as toiletries and purse stuff. A lot of things that women carry in their purses, sometimes we take for granted. And there are millions of women who don't have these things. There are millions of women who are in financial hardship and situations to where they cannot afford these things. Some of the women that I've been blessed enough to cross paths with, who have been recipients of some of the purses, which I don't disclose their names and locations to protect their privacy. Some of these women have left domestic violence situations with just the clothes on their back. Some of these women are trying to get back on their feet. I mean, I don't know about you, but there have been moments where I've hit a low spot, you know, and they're trying to get back on their feet. So all of their focus is on taking care of their children. Survival. And they hardly ever think about themselves. So to be able to bless another woman with a really nice purse, you know, that's full of things that she needs, but also things that she wants. that she necessarily wouldn't get for herself. And there have been thousands of donations. I started this actually in 2017. Prior to 2017, every year for my birthday, I did something in the community. One year, my daughter and I went into the hospital and anonymously left coloring books and crayons in all of the waiting rooms at the hospital. We didn't tell anybody. We just did it. Another year, I took thank you cards to the employees at the post office. And one lady was confused. She said, "Ma'am, your envelope's not addressed." I said, "I know, it's for you." And she said, "Well, why?" I said, "Because my mail gets delivered when it's a blizzard. My mail gets delivered when it's 100 degrees outside. I just want to thank you, and things like that means so much to people. And it's not about me. It's about them. That's why doing things anonymously, it brings me, I just giggle because no one knows that it's from me. But with Purses with Purpose, I didn't know what I wanted to do for my birthday in 2017. I didn't know. Usually I have some type of idea of, okay, I'm going to do this type of thing, project, give back, or something in the community for my birthday. I had no idea. So I was sitting in church, and as clear as I hear your voice and mine, I heard God say, "Give purses." And I looked around and I said, "Okay, Jesus, we're giving purses." But I didn't know what that meant. So what I did was I didn't tell a soul what I heard, because I didn't get the full direction and I didn't get the clearance to release it. So I prayed and I fasted and I shut myself off with him to get the direction, because clearly he was giving me an assignment. So in 2017, that was the kickoff of Purses with Purpose. My instructions were to donate filled purses. So each purse has 7 items in it. And again, these aren't my instructions. I'm following my assignment. So since 2017, we have been donating purses filled with 7 items. Year to date, we've donated close to 800 purses.
Wow.
Yeah, close to 800 purses. And the thing about this year that makes it so important is that everyone is in some type of situation. Everyone is dealing with something one way or another, whether it be financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, and we all need something.
Right.
But the best way to get that is to give.
Yes.
The best way to get that is to give. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like, here's an example. Something like this, so many people would take for granted. But there is a woman in a homeless situation or transitional housing that is going to look at this and be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to use this." It's the small stuff. It doesn't have to be big. I have a bag here of, here's some footies. Something
you can
like
go to the dollar store.
You can go to the dollar store and grab something that's going to help someone else. I even had a group write encouraging notes. That cost nothing but time. And for a woman to receive a purse and to open up that purse and to see, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to your own understanding," or to see, "Keep your head up, sis, it's gonna be okay."
Right.
From something she doesn't know. I get so filled. Every year. I collect all year long, but I get so filled when I think about that woman who is trying to get back on her feet or get out of a homeless situation, and she gets this Michael Kors purse,
which I don't have.
She gets this Louis Vuitton purse. And again, I say that to say people are so generous when they want to give.
And okay, let me commercial break, you guys. So if you guys don't know, there was a video that you posted. I had to share on Learning with Jasmine page. There is like you were going through it, going through the donations. I was like, oh my goodness. And
And that was just a small piece.
wow.
That was, and because the generosity of people to just give. Last year I received a purse that I actually cried at the thought that someone gave this purse. It was worth so much money. And I thought, and I used my imagination to picture this woman who has this purse. And people asked, maybe you should sell it and use some of the money to buy more things. And I said, that's a good idea. I could. But then I thought about this woman who maybe at one time was selling her body so that she can feed her babies or so that she can pay her rent. But if she got this purse and knew what it was, I would rather her sell it than for her to sell her body so that she can sell this purse, so that she can get food for her baby, so that she can pay her rent, pay her electricity, maybe even buy a car. That's the type of purse we were talking about. But just to know that a woman is about to receive something like that, that's filled with nail polish, soap, deodorant, lotion, perfume, footies. I mean, just pretty band-aids, anything. Just the generosity of people. It overwhelms me.
Okay, commercial right here. We were literally just talking about it. And I was like, I, you know, I can't support you with, and I definitely can support you with getting some stuff maybe at the dollar store. Definitely can. Or even
Yeah.
just sending the money because of course we're too far, whatever, from each other. So we maybe just cash app. Okay, so here's commercial break for Nika. Anneka, when we're done, I want you to put everything that you need to do, put all information on both projects onto the comments below.
Okay.
Cash App, whatever else it is, for those who may not want to be able to send something. But I told her before we came on, you guys, I said, so I thought this would be a great opportunity for it to be more exposed. I know you're doing it on your page or whatever, but to have all these listeners and the listeners may be small now and been definitely people are going to hear about it. And tomorrow, you guys, I have a great announcement about Learning with Jasmine. Oh my goodness. And so this is going to be a different platform. That's all I have to say. Yes, yes, a different platform. Still going to be Facebook with it. But it's going to be like this is an opportunity right here to let the world know that you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not, I think this has always been the perfect time. I didn't really know the whole story behind this, Anika, but when you said about October 1st, November 1st, and you talk about maybe about the woman who is coming out of domestic violence, as a victim myself, and this is the month, this is
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
it's like kind of, it shook me because I actually know what it feels like when you literally, it's like, let me grab a little bit and not everything else. You don't thinking about maybe the toothbrush and the
Yeah.
toothpaste. You may not be thinking about no soap when you're trying to go. And
Yeah.
so this is a great opportunity, you guys, to support individuals that may need that assistance that we don't even know about, right? So
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely. And not every woman is comfortable sharing that. Not every woman is comfortable sharing that she is in a situation where she's afraid for her life. Not every woman is comfortable sharing that information. And piggybacking on the word sharing, like I told you earlier, sharing is still supporting. So if you're watching this, share it, share
Yes.
the information. And it doesn't take a lot of people to make a difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying that Persons with Purpose we have, and that is, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world one bag at a time. So
Wow.
it doesn't take a whole bunch of people. For example, just you are sharing this information. One person could hear it and it could affect their life. One
Mm-hmm.
person. Um, it was 2000. It was 2019. It was last year, and no, 2018. When it's time to pack the purses,
Mm-hmm.
right? I have a team of volunteers, and we inspect every purse. We sort. We pack the purses, and someone who was volunteering brought someone with them to help. She was a young lady. She was pregnant, and afterwards, she pulled me to the side. She said, "I need to talk to you for a second." And I said, "Okay." She said, "I want you to know firsthand that what you are doing here makes a difference." She said, "I just got out of a homeless shelter last week."
Wow.
She said, "And I
And she was
know,"
helping. And she
and
was
she had no
helping.
idea, and she was helping. And
And
at
she
the
was
time,
helping.
and when she was invited, she didn't know exactly what it was about,
Mm-hmm.
just that it was a purse drive and we had to pack purses.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to say, "I know exactly how these women are going to react when they get this stuff,"
Wow.
that one person blew me away
Hmm.
because she knew firsthand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I collect all year long, and there have been people who have said, "Anneka, I would rather give this to you because I know it's going to go to a woman in the community. It may be someone that I see at the grocery store and I don't even know. It may be my neighbor who is in a financial situation, or it may be my neighbor's family or someone at my church that needs these things. I would rather give them to you than to give them to an organization that's going to sell them."
Mm-hmm.
And again, not speaking ill on these organizations,
Right.
if there is someone in your community, in my community,
Mm-hmm.
that needs our help, that needs our love. And this is just one way that I consider myself my sister's keeper, and I don't even know her, but I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to grocery shop at the dollar store and to want to get something for myself. But if it's me over my babies, I'm choosing my babies
Right.
100%. But sometimes it's okay to take care of yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we do. We're going to take care of our sisters.
Wow. Okay, so that was first project. Now tell us about the second project.
So the second project, it is called Yes, I Am Affirmations. I'm actually wearing one of my t-shirts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I believe in the power of affirmations. I believe in affirming. Especially, and you know, I let me first say this. Jesus Christ is the head and Lord of my life. His word is truth. So anything that is in his word is truth.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we forget those truths that he has written about ourselves, and we have we say such horrible things to ourselves about
Right.
ourselves. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was me. I would say
Me
some
too.
horrible things to myself, and the worst,
Yes.
in the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
In the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the only job the enemy has is to steal, kill, and destroy. So any seed that can be planted here, it'll take root.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, I decided to post an affirmation a day. I
I saw
posted
that.
300, I posted 365
Mm-hmm.
affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
From that, I decided to launch Yes, I Am Affirmations. And Yes, I Am Affirmations, it's the foundation is off of 5 principles. And the principles are biblical, and it is: read it, speak it, write it, believe it, and live it.
Hmm.
With reading it, it takes up more of our senses. because not only are our eyes looking at it, we have to see it. We're then comprehending it in our mind. When we speak it, that's even more senses. We're using our mouth and our ears. When we write something, again, it's all just repetition, and it's different ways of sowing positive seeds. In the scriptures that are so fundamentally important to Yes, I Am affirmations, and you affirming who I am. Enough. Yes, I am. I am enough. Some of the shirts that we have, loved. Yes, I am. Honestly, there's so many people who need to be reminded that they are loved. There's a saying that I completely disagree with, and that is, until you love yourself, nobody can love you. I completely disagree with that, because there were times in my life where I did not love myself.
And somebody loved me.
And
Starting with God.
somebody loved
Starting
me.
with God.
Somebody loved me. Some of the other words we have are overcomer. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves when we're going through storm number 18 that we survived and overcame 17 others. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves of these things. Beautiful. Yes, yes, I am beautiful. So many women suffer and deal with self-esteem and image issues. But I tell you what, if we look at each other from the inside versus the outside, we're missing some of the most beautiful people in the world. Some of the other t-shirts is Christian. Yes, I am. I will proudly say that. But the scriptures that go with the 5 principles, and these are, again, when you read something over and over and over again, when you speak something over and over and over again, when you write it, when you believe it, then you can start to believe it even more.
Right.
And then you can live that thing out. I can live like I'm enough because I've read it enough, I spoke it enough, I wrote it enough. Then those things I started manifesting those things in my life. I started believing that I'm an overcomer. So when storm 19 shows up, I'm like, I survived 18 of y'all. So the word of God is so important to me because it tells us these things. The word of God says you're enough. The word of God says you are loved, even when you don't love yourself. The word of God says you are more than a conqueror. The word of God says you are beautiful. The word of God says you are forgiven. One of the hardest things we can do is forgive ourselves. But the word of God, when you read it, when you speak it, when you write it, when you believe it, you can then live it. So yes, I am affirmations. I cannot express it enough of the power of our
words.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And we eat the fruit of either way, right? There was one time that, and I'm so before all of this, I was in a very low place that God snatched me out of. And one of the things that he had me do was take a full pack of Post-it notes and write. Don't get nothing up. I did use the internet for inspiration, but write my own affirmations. Even when I didn't feel like any of those things, I did not feel like I was brave. I did not feel that, but I wrote it. Honey, I had yellow Post-its everywhere.
I'm gonna tell you, okay, this is a commercial break, you guys. We literally were just talking about this maybe like 2 months ago on Learning with Jasmine. The video is called Words. My cousin actually did it. She's a journalist, and she actually makes journals for individuals. She has a website, and we were talking about words. There are so many other videos that we have talked about with, the self-esteem. We have to boost ourselves and our children, and with others. give them encouragement or whatever. So words are so important, and I am definitely I have definitely have done that myself. Sticky notes everywhere. Uh, I used to, and I mentioned this before, you guys. I When I was in college down south, I was one of the people that were like a big sister thing, had a like a big sister program for the freshmen. They left their parents, they probably don't know what's going on with them themselves. And I was their mentor. I started this kind of like big sister program. It was just only for the first semester, just kind of get them, in the swing of things. But oh my goodness, their responses sometimes took me back to where I was, that dark place. And somebody told me how to do this. You were talking about talking to the mirror. Well, you talk to the mirror and you tell the person that you see in the
Yeah.
mirror who you really want to, where you want to see or where you want to go in life. And, basically affirm yourself. Like, look in the mirror. They were like, oh my goodness, but it worked.
Yeah.
At the end of the semester, their self-esteem, their understanding of who they are, and where they belong, and their feeling of it was low, and then now then it increased. They believe in themselves, right? they
Yeah.
they understand, and that actually guided them and helped them with their first semester of school. So I think that's
Yeah.
so important for
Yeah.
words. Make
And
sure
and
that.
I and I'm sure you could attest to this, that had you not been where they were, you would not have been in a place to help get them out of,
Mm-mm, absolutely not.
to be able to share that experience. Like, here's what you should do. Here's a suggestion.
Right.
You know, um, words are, and here's another example.
Mm-hmm.
I read this in a book um, that talks about being impeccable with our words. Sometimes we use words so loosely and recklessly. Um, and in this example, he said there was a daughter. The mother came home from work. She had a rough day at work, and the daughter was singing her little self, and she's just having a good time and singing, singing, singing. And she
Like
was loud.
Jasmine.
Yeah, she was loud. And the mother, so stressed out from her day and having to come home, clean the house, cook dinner, she told her daughter to stop singing. You
Mm.
sound horrible. I can't take it anymore.
Oh no.
Those words stuck with that little girl.
Hmm.
She never sung
I
again.
about to say
Yep.
she was quiet. She was quiet.
She trusted the word of her mother.
Hmm.
She trusted that source. But those words left such an impression on her and were so powerful that she never sang again. And this is into an adulthood. So
Well,
the words that
I
we
have to
use, yeah,
really really go into that, you guys. I haven't I don't think I ever expressed it on Learning with Jasmine. That's why I'm really an advocate for Jasmine, because I have talked about her 3 years of the system and the public school system that kind of like push her aside because she has autism, and let me and be honest with you, because she's African American too sometimes.
mhm,
And that's a big thing for me. I literally really want to give my daughter and the community of whoever they are, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, but for my child, because I have experienced it myself.
right.
I did not go to an autism program. I did not go to there's no dyslexia school, but I have dyslexia. I still
Mhm,
have dyslexia. And at that time, I used to stutter. Well, I was in a school system, and it was a regular classroom, fifth and sixth combination, and my teacher would whisper words in my ear. You're stupid. You're dumb. You will never be anything. You will never go in life. And that stuck with me. It was not until I turned 23 6. When I decided, that's with the year that I went down south.
Mhm.
But all that time, you were talking about forgiveness earlier. It's not about also forgiving the other person, but forgiving yourself by listening to that other person.
Absolutely.
And so I
Absolutely.
had to forgive her to forgive myself so that I can grow and I can help and I can support. So I'm really hardcore. I'm a hardcore mom. I make sure that my daughter understands and know for herself that she's beautiful. I tell her beautiful every single day. I let her
Love her
know.
glasses, by the way.
What you say?
Love her glasses, by the way.
Yes. Girl, she look older. But but yes, it's just the simplest thing. And let me tap into what you just said. Love your glasses, by the way.
Mhm.
Her self-esteem has increased since she had, since what, Sunday.
Mhm.
Because all those tantrums when we're doing school, and I'm thinking just to have the tantrum, but the root, got to figure out the root.
Come
So
on.
the root was that I can't see, and I don't know how to really. I'm just rubbing my eyes, and mommy think I'm sleepy. But the root of it is I can't see, so I'm having a tantrum. Yeah, that makes sense now, right? But some of the things that we go through, you guys, is because of the root.
Absolutely.
Like that
Absolutely.
girl that you were talking about, that mom said, about, and so she decided not to sing because the root was negative response.
Yep.
So it's so important. I'm literally just writing a paper right now. After this, I'm gonna have to finish literally about the roots of
Yeah.
individuals that are in the system, in the school system, um, because of negative um, negative response, negative, um, just just behavior towards them because they
Yes.
were judged or whatever the case may be. But we have to understand the root of the situation. And so anyway,
Mhm.
that's a teacher moment. But it's so important to understand the root. And what happens when we understand the root? We have programs like this that will support and love and nurture and build up. And so we're going to go into, and thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for sharing the foundation of it. So name ways others can get involved in their community.
Well, other ways, let me back up because
Hmm.
you said something that I want to touch on really
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
As it relates to you speaking to the root, and then you said programs like this to nurture. It's just like a plant or
Hmm.
a weed, I should
Hmm.
say. You can cut the weed off at the surface, but unless you get to the root,
Hmm.
it won't be able to grow anything from that. Sometimes when we have to uproot a weed, you've got to put in new soil. You've got to, like you said, nurture, and
Hmm.
your program and your voice, and just you as an example for other people, for
Right.
other mothers,
Right.
for other African American women,
Right.
for other individuals. That's you nurturing. You are giving a voice. You are that love in motion. Your program is that voice. How you love on your daughter, support your daughter, advocate not just for your daughter, but for an entire community of people.
I'm gonna tell
That
you,
is,
when people have emailed me from Australia telling me on Learning with Jasmine email, thank you for this platform.
yeah.
It's just a confirmation
Hmm.
that, and here's the background of this. I was just doing it because I was stressed. The pandemic, I'm like, oh my goodness, I love my child, but to be in the same house for 24/7, I don't know what to do. No, I don't know. She was in an autism
Right,
program. I did not
right.
know what to do. And so for me to have this platform was for me to release my stress.
And look,
And look, but
and look,
God, right?
God,
So
but God,
that right there is just like fascinating to me because sometimes it could be 5 people watching this video the very first time when it's live, and then weeks later it could be over 1,000 viewers.
yeah, yeah. And even
Even
if
if it's not, even if it's not, is that moment when you know at the end you're helping and supporting and advocating and loving and bringing awareness to
yes,
whatever. If it's not
yes,
autism, it's about community support is so important. this is
yes, it
how
is.
this is what we all used to do.
Yeah.
We used to, like, I know some of my neighbors. I know, I have been in their houses before the pandemic. I've been in their houses. I know their name. I have a phone. My next door neighbor, I have her phone number. She has
Mhm,
mine. When my
mhm.
grandmother was sick 2 weeks ago, she contacted me. I didn't contact her. She contacted me. Oh, how's grandma doing? That's what community support is. That's what, who's my neighbor is all about.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And for individuals to get involved in their community,
Hmm.
it doesn't take much.
Right.
It really doesn't. One thing that I am big on is keeping at least 2 care packages in my trunk, because you never know, you're going to come across someone who needs it. It doesn't take anything to give to a shelter. It doesn't take any. Some people have so much stuff, just surrounded by stuff.
And don't use it.
But there's someone who needs, they need that coat you have not worn in 7 years. They need that. It doesn't take much to give. Oftentimes we don't know what someone's going through.
Right.
Especially now, we can see from here up, because a lot of times we wear our emotions on our face.
And we wear a mask anyway for those
So
who
you
actually
can
wear
only
them.
see from here up. There have been times, something else that I enjoy doing, which it completely trips people out.
Hmm.
If I'm in the dollar store and if the person behind me doesn't have the whole store on the belt, I'll buy their things. It's a, it's $2. But something like that makes a world of difference in someone's life. Makes a world of difference.
So
Um,
my heart is homeless individuals. I don't care if that's my last $5.
mhm,
I
yeah,
have done that moment.
yeah,
My family itself is doing for the past 3 months. We have care packages for the homeless. But what I'm saying is, I'm like, I'm going to the store and I see someone at near the door
mhm,
with a sign,
mhm,
and I'll be like, "Come on, let's go in." Or at the
yeah,
restaurant, "Come on, let's go in." And it's not about show. I'm not really I'm not displaying anything on Facebook.
yeah,
And that's the thing. And I'm not going to go into all of that because some people, whatever. But the thing about it is, what you said, it helps them, but it blesses you.
it really
It
does.
blesses you. And I can feel the love and the compassion and the drive by just by hearing your story. Okay, so let's go into what can others do in the community. Let's go deeper than that.
Mhm,
How can you encourage someone who is just like, okay, I'm here, I'm listening. I kind of, you know, put some things down on paper, but I don't know what's next. Okay, so is your for example, is your purses with a purpose? Is that like um what is it? It's a mm, it's a approval foundation or
Beyond
organization.
the bags, Beyond the bags
Okay.
is an actual nonprofit.
Okay.
Still
So
working on the 501(c) because that paperwork is a beast. But Lord Jesus,
I've
but
seen I've seen that paper. Oh my goodness. It's
my
about
goodness.
yeah,
But
it's
it
a
is an official nonprofit.
yeah, okay.
Beyond the Bags is an official nonprofit.
Okay.
Inside of that nonprofit, one of the programs is Purses with Purpose.
She said
Um,
one of the programs, you guys.
yeah, because there will be others coming out of that. We will
Uh-huh.
be doing book bags. We will be doing baby bags. Because it goes beyond just this. It's bigger than just this. It's the love that goes into the person who gave this. It's the encouraging note that's inside of this. So it's beyond just the bag.
Hmm.
And the purses do have purpose. It's to uplift, encourage, and inspire and make a woman feel good. I don't know about you, but if I don't have my purse, regardless if I got it at Walmart or the thrift store,
Target or what?
and
Yeah.
somebody gave it to me,
Mhm.
I like having my purse and all the things that I need in it for me and my kids.
Right. Right.
So for some women, their purse is a Walmart bag. Let's
Mhm.
be real.
Mhm.
But for her to go into her job interview and she's got her bag, and so to get involved in Purses with Purpose,
Mhm.
um, you can definitely find me on Facebook. If you would like to mail in donations, because I have several donors who are out of state and they'll order through Amazon and have it sent to my P.O. box. There's a street address for the P.O. box, but please reach out to me.
Okay, so
Please
again,
reach out.
as soon as we're finished with this, Anika, can you put all your information on the comments below?
I
And then
will.
everybody, it's just right there. It's right there. And of course, if you want to like to reach out to her personally, you can email her on Facebook.
Please do. Please do. Please do. If there have been situations where uh, someone's home has burnt down,
Mhm.
and someone in their family reached out to me and
Hmm.
said, Anika, what can you do to help her?
Right.
You know, I'm not accepting clothes. That was not my assignment, other than footies. But there have been situations where people say, well, where can I donate diapers? But
Mhm.
please reach out to me. I would love for, if you don't get involved with Purses with Purpose, whatever city you're in, Google transitional housing, Google homeless shelters,
Mhm.
and get involved. As much as I would love for you to be a part of this, I just want more people to give to those in need. So get involved in your city.
Right.
All you got to do is Google it if you don't know it. Also, work with your school systems. Work. There's so much information out there. You just have to go get it.
Right. Right. Wow, you guys. I told you it was good. I already knew it was going to be good. You guys. And it's interesting because we met through a friend of ours, through another program that we were actually working through. And then we was like, we would just connect. It's just that time when we just connect. We're like, oh, yeah, we're on Facebook. Let's connect. And I saw your stuff and I was like, wow. Like I believe in, like, if I have that connection with people like just like that, like I have to hold on to them. I have to
Yeah,
definitely hold on to them because it's something that we can just connect and we'll be like, oh, we're sisters. We are
I
sisters.
think it's that kindred servant spirit. I think it's that kindred spirit where we want to encourage, uplift, and inspire other people.
Hmm.
That's before we even knew any of this. It's
Right.
amazing how God is, like
Right.
how He connects certain people and aligns certain things, and He goes before us and sees the beginning of a thing from the end of it. And He knew then
Hmm.
that I would be on your show, not even talking about the program that we were back in there.
Right.
He knew back then. He knew back then. And I thank you for your obedience to listen to him. I thank you for your daughter for sharing you with the world. I thank you
Hmm.
for sharing your daughter with the world and your experiences, as well as your transparency.
Right.
And I'm just so glad that he aligned us so that we're here today.
Wow, you guys. Thank you, Anneka. Thank you for your words and thank you for your time. You guys, this is volunteer time.
Yeah, yeah,
Volunteer time. You were probably at work today, right?
yeah.
So
I'm at work.
this is
Yeah,
volunteer time. I'm trying to tell you guys, and oh my goodness, I was filled, and I have been encouraged, and I hope you all have been too. We have one more for this month, and then November, you guys. I keep on saying November. It's Jasmine's birthday month. Woohoo! She will be 9 and we will be celebrating her birthday all throughout the month on Learning with Jasmine by other parents who have autism.
that's
It's a
wonderful.
way that we can connect with Jasmine through other people's story. Autism awareness full blown in November, even though autism awareness, is every day. It's every
Every
day.
day,
Every
every
day.
day, every day.
Every day.
Love it.
But we have parents. We have 2 parents so far that have a child with autism, and then we have one parent is who has autism herself, and also have more than one child who have autism. So yes, this
That's
is
awesome.
this is going to be deep.
That's awesome. I'm super excited. That is so exciting. That is so
I'm
exciting.
I'm
And
reading. I'm reading. No, go back. Go back. Go back. I'm
oh,
reading what you what you just put down.
where?
It was a it was says don't let success.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
share that. Hang on. I'll do it
Okay.
again.
Okay. Don't let success get to your head, or failure got to your heart. Okay.
Yeah, don't let success get to your head, and don't let failure get to your heart.
Mm,
That's because sometimes, like I said, when we hit a low spot, we go against all of the affirmations. When we fail at something, you are not a failure because something did not work out.
mm,
You are not a failure
mm,
because something did not work out. Because
mm.
guess what? It might not have worked how you wanted it to work, but that does not mean that you are a failure. Sometimes we attach our identity to things, we attach our identity to something that we don't do well. No, I know that there's some
Or to
things
our
I do good.
feelings. Or to our
Exactly.
our feelings. We are okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm not going. We're not gonna go on, but you
Listen,
guys. Oh my
we'll be on
goodness.
here for another 2 hours. Okay.
We will be here. Oh my goodness. Like you guys, it's been
Yeah.
such a blessing.
Thank
Always
you.
replay it. Replay it. Give encouragement. I'm definitely okay, so again, tomorrow, a big announcement. I will be live stream. Oh my goodness. Like this is so oh my goodness. Oh, I can't go into details right now because
Don't spill the tea.
I'm not
Don't do
doing it.
that.
But I haven't slept, like really, because like I've been sleeping, but when I think about it, and my brain is like, whoo, I'm super excited about this. And so, yes, super excited about tomorrow's announcement. And so we have one more October 25th, and then again, like I said, November. December, you guys, it's about education and parent support. So I will
Mm,
give you
that's good.
more of that in December.
That's
All right.
good.
Until next time, Anika, thank you for your time and your words, your projects. But thank you for your words. It's been a blessing.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. Until next time, you guys, serve.
Yes.
That's what I got. Serve.
Good
Bye
night,
bye, everyone.
everyone.